dancers, but they will entertain you with a few of our folk songs. After the folk songs, we will be having the grand finale, which is the guan. I know that in Dominica it is called by another name. What we would like to do is to get some of you guests to be part of the whole action during the guan. Members of the group will come to you and ask you to come on stage to participate in the guan. Please don't turn them down. Thank you.
Je réfléchis avant de choisir. Décision nous c'est les cafés chimères qui chient. Oh, la 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 la, papa la
Like, I don't think it's affecting our generation as of yet, but I think it's going to catch up with us.
We joke about it. We never really seriously talk about it. It doesn't seem
Accident
real.
under the Point Michelle cliffs. The accident occurred shortly after 2:45 when a bus owned by J.E. Nassif collided with a Suzuki van traveling in the opposite direction. Police reports indicate that the bus driver picked up a skid as he attempted to slow down on the narrow road under the cliffs. As a result of the skid, the back of the bus struck the van, pushing it into the sea. The driver of the van was able to escape from his vehicle unhurt. The bus driver was also uninjured. The small business sector has the best potential for growth in the OECS's plan for economic diversification. This, according to Dr. J. Bernard Yankee, Director of the Economic Affairs Secretariat for the OECS.
The business sector, in my view, has a greater capability of sustaining themselves and doing things that are related to agriculture, agro-processing, and tourism. And therefore, the small business sector is an important part of the economic diversification that we are talking about.
The Agricultural Diversification Coordination Unit is devising a strategy to take the OECS countries into the 21st century. Dr. Yankee says that economic diversification is the way forward.
If one has to sustain the economies of the small island states of the OECS in the future, given our limited resources and so on, we have to carefully devise our strategy for economic diversification that puts us into areas where we are best competitive. And of course, where we can sort of make efficient use of our resources.
The OECS director noted that development of agriculture and agro-processing, as well as that of tourism and its related industries, is essential. Bringing communities closer together is to be a main objective of the Dominica Association of Local Authorities. According to Chairman Elford Henry, plans are being formulated for a closer integration among Dominica's village communities.
We just ended this meeting. One of the major decisions that we've taken is to continue our Meet the District meetings. And so far we've scheduled the 2nd of October to meet the Eastern District Association of Village Councils and to talk with them concerning their problems. We've also been able to look at arranging to augment the social life of the community. We feel, for example, around independence celebrations, the association should bring as many of the village councils and the community personnel together at a social gathering to interact and to sort of find out the problems which affect the various communities. We want also to stretch our meetings to the village councils themselves, because we think at local setting you can talk to people and hear some of the problems which affect them.
That was Chairman of the Dominica Association of Local Authorities, Dala Elford Henry. Pollution continues to be a burning issue in Dominica. Wendy Ostry has details.
It's the sight and stench of careless behavior such as this that begins the damage and sometimes irrevocable cycle of pollution. Chief Environmental Health Officer John Fabian says every Dominican produces at least 2 pounds of waste per day.
It's a behavioral problem which people have. People continue to just dump things, they just dump it and dump it anywhere. They don't care very much. Waste constitutes bottles, cans, plastics, derelict vehicles, parts of disused refrigerators, shrubs, trees, waste from stables and kitchen pens and whatever. So really waste is what we generally call an obnoxious substance. And this, if we dump obnoxious substances in close to beach fronts, we are likely to pollute the beach fronts. We also are likely to cause problems with people who want to recreate along the beach, because we know that if we have to think of all the broken pieces of glass, the disused pieces of metal that can be left lying on the beach fronts, this can cause serious injury to the health of people.
Apart from physical injuries, there are serious biological effects which may occur. For instance, pollution not only contaminates our water supply, but also destroys life forms in the oceans and rivers.
The biochemical oxygen demand, which is needed for the species, life forms in water, this biochemical oxygen demand is depleted, and it causes a lot of problems for small plants and animals, which depletes your marine resources, because really you have waste which generates, if you talk about sewage disposal, if you talk about waste which uses up oxygen in water, it can really deplete the oxygen content of the water and cause life forms to be depleted.
Mr. Fabian says dust and dangerous chemical fumes are also causes of pollution. He pointed out that dust aggravates and creates respiratory illnesses such as asthma and pneumonia. And he believes that the car is one of the most dangerous necessities in Dominica.
People don't recognize that car fumes themselves have pollutants in there. We have carbon monoxide fumes, we have carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide fumes. All of these find themselves in the environment.
But Mr. Fabian is not advocating that we get rid of cars. He simply wants Dominicans to pay attention to the problem of pollution and the effects it has on the environment. For example, the inappropriate use of skips.